Welcome everybody to another episode of Sipping and Tipping with the Andersons. We've got Jack Travioli and Court Camp here with me again today.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming along, Jack. What we're going to do today is we're going to kind of talk a little bit about some different areas that we haven't done a lot with. We're going to talk mainly about Italian wines, and the wines we're talking about are all out of the area called the Piedmont region, which is way up in northwestern Italy. In fact, it's kind of neat because when you get up there, you're almost in a situation where you've got Italian wine and French wine kind of blending together. So you get a lot of this French technique going on with the Italian grapes, and you really get some really dynamic wines out of that area.
Switzerland's not even that far away.
Yeah, I mean, we're probably 100 miles from Switzerland. We're about 50 miles from the French border. So we're way up in the corner. A lot of people have heard of some wines up in there. There's a wine called Barolo, which is a really big, monstrous red wine. Really popular up in there. My problem with Barolo is it is so big and so heavy. For a lot of people, it's just too big of a wine. So what we've done, we've kind of picked a winery that we've been working with now for a couple of years. Makes just a group of spectacular wines. Actually one of the best wineries we've got up there. And we picked a white and a couple reds today. So I can tell you a little bit about them as we go, and we'll go from there. The first one we're actually going to try is a Chardonnay.
Okay. If you like, I'll pour while you tell us about it.
Yeah, and a lot of people, when you get thinking about Italy, you don't think of Chardonnay, but when you're getting up here, now we're in that France, Switzerland border. We're really not even far from Austria. So you're really getting into an area now where Chardonnay is starting to show up and be much more common than people think. Well, Jack, this one's an unoaked Chardonnay now. Now, with the advantage of it being unoaked, it goes a lot of different things that way. The oak's not going to overpower it.
I can already tell it has a really nice crisp aroma, which is not what people expect from Chardonnay.
Yeah, I mean, I think almost, he almost has a characteristic of making it like a Burgundy, where you get this really high quality Chardonnay, nice, rich, full flavored. This would go with an awful lot of foods. I mean, under your fish, under your chickens. I even have a little lighter meats. Mm-hmm. It goes with a whole variety of things as you get into the thing here.
Well, really nice aromatics.
Well, and I think what he does is so special too. He actually owns 22 different plots of land. So by owning 22 different pieces of land scattered all the way through Piedmont, he's got the best of each one of the areas. So that way, a lot of the bigger wineries, what they'll do is they'll have one area, they come in and they'll farm 10 acres and they take everything in the one spot. Well, in that 10 acres, you're going to get some good grapes, bad grapes, and everything else thrown in here. This way, what he's doing, he's actually only getting the absolute best out of each area. I think another neat thing he's doing too is he actually is replanting vineyards as he goes. So when he finds out one grape doesn't work real well, they're trying another grape and they're kind of expanding as this whole operation goes on. But he does a spectacular job with these things. So good. All right, well, now we've tried one of the whites. I think now we'll go try one of the reds. One of the reds that I brought along today, and we got quite a variety from him really, but this is a Barbera d'Asti. So now we're talking about a Barbera grape.
Right, but let me say something about Asti. People get confused and frightened by the word Asti if they like dry red wines. Asti is the region, the designated region, and they happen to be known for making a sweet sparkling wine.
True.
But they also make some other great dry reds. Just because it's from Asti doesn't mean that it's going to be sweet. And that's something that needs to be told to people who enjoy Moscato d'Astis and those who like dry reds, because I've had people come in and buy a Barbera d'Asti expecting it to be sweet, and conversely, people repelled by Barbera d'Asti because they're afraid it's sweet.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes I see out there. Everybody, because of the luck of some of the big manufacturers of these sparkling Moscato Astis that are out there, they think Asti is just simply sweet sparkling wine.
Right.
And really, that's what a lot of it is, because that's what they grow in the region that is really popular for the customers. But there's a lot of really elegant, spectacular reds in there. So Asti is just the region, and Barbera is the grape.
That is very pleasant.
It's got good acids, got good body, got good structure. It's just really holding in there nice. I mean, you can see the legs coming down here nice and slow. So you got really good acidity. And,
Really bright fruit, too.
Yep. I mean, he does a spectacular job of this. I mean, this is a nice intro one. Again, not a real ridiculously priced wine. Really, really small production as far as availability. Only in stores like yours and stuff is the only place you're going to find this kind of thing in restaurants. But it's really, really special. Next wine we got is also from the La Mangia Winery. This is a wine called Pacifico. Now it's kind of weird because obviously it's not on the Pacific because it's out of Italy, and it also doesn't tell you a thing about the grape types, which I know for a lot of American consumers can sometimes be a problem. I mean, the other one says Chardonnay, this one says Barbera, this says Pacifico. So, I mean, that makes it very tough. With this one, what it is, it's a blend. It's mainly a Nebbiolo grape.
That's what they use in Barolos.
Right. It's the primo grape of northern Italy. It's the royal grape, a lot of people call it. But it's got Nebbiolo, it's got Cabernet Sauvignon, it's got Merlot, and it's got a little Barbera in it, too.
Which is probably why they haven't designated it by the region, because they're kind of breaking the rules, the Italian rules, for if they were going to call that something from Asti, they would have to probably have much tighter control over what they put in it. And putting Cabernet and Merlot in an Italian red is automatically disqualified as a designate wine.
Well, it ends up being something that's a lot more like what the American public is going to want.
Right.
Because they're more into the Cabernet Sauvignon
It
and the
beefs up the
Merlot.
wine a little bit, too.
Yeah, it does. And you can see with this one,
Wow, lots of tannin
bigger,
on the back end.
bolder, good acidity, great wine. For you that are big Cabernet Sauvignon drinkers, you won't be disappointed here. It's really going to cut into the fats and the meats.
I was just going to say it.
Great for drinking with any kind of a red meat type
A Wagyu
structure or
steak
anything
would
like
be
that.
wonderful with that.
Yeah, I mean, just great. And the idea of this, what he's actually doing now, you're talking. Yeah, I know he uses small barrels for aging and everything in the oaks, and then does the Barbera actually? I'm sorry. Does the Barbera actually in bigger barrels? Probably along with this one, I'm guessing. And then all the other ones here they do in smaller barrels, and then they all blend them all together in the end. So you get a little bit of old world wine, but a little bit of new world characteristics going on here with some of the grapes that we played around with. So that's why it's kind of neat to try some different things. Again, reasonably priced.
That'd be something to show to somebody who likes really big California cabs.
Yeah, because everybody gets kind of confused and thinking, the California cab, that's all I drink. Well, there's a lot of wines out there that are light California Cabernets. You just have to, you got to know somebody that knows what they're talking about to sell them to you.
That's got a lot of grip. That's
a big boy. That's a big wine. Well, I want to thank you, Jack, again. Thank you very much. It's always fun.
It's always fun to drink wine.
And I also want to thank everybody for allowing us in your home again for another episode of Sipping and Tipping.